Welcome to the Energy Hour Podcast. Get ready, because it's loud, funny, and we're ready to shake things up. You know, the guys started this journey as renewable energy experts since 1993, by the way, thinking they were just here to save the planet, hug the trees, and protect the whales. But guess what? They dug deeper, and this rabbit hole opened up a whole new world. Now they talk about everything: home improvements, real estate, house flipping, and just life in general, bringing you not only the latest on solar and renewable energy, but also inside tips from house flipping gurus, real estate investors, tax experts, Airbnb pros, and so much more. It costs you nothing to tune in, but ignoring them, well, that could cost you big time in missed opportunities. Blowing the whistle, spilling the beans, and giving you the real scoop on everything from solar panels to flipping homes, tax liens to mobile homes. The Energy Hour Podcast. And now, here's your hosts, Christopher Moss, Robert Mozikowski, and Steve-lazerson.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Christopher Moss. I am your host of the Energy Hour Podcast, and welcome to Happy Wednesday. Today is November 14th. I don't know where this year has gone, but today is the 14th, and I am blessed to have in my studio today, of course, Steve-Lazerson of Peak Finance Company. He's one of the best finance guys on the planet. You got to listen to him, please. He knows what he's talking about. And we are blessed to have Joel-Ruiz of Legacy Full Circle Financial in the house.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming, gentlemen.
My pleasure.
I really, really appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. And here we are to talk about what you guys do. So give me a heads up on what you want to talk about. And Steve, how's it going?
It's going great.
What's going on?
It's great. It's almost Thanksgiving.
Man.
We're
believe
having a
it.
blast. Yes.
I don't believe it. Thanksgiving. What do you got planned for Thanksgiving, Steve?
We're gonna go up to the wine country and celebrate a little bit.
Oh yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. You and the lady
Yes.
gonna hang out.
Yes.
Gonna do some wine. You're gonna feed her grapes like they did in the, back in the
A little
Trojan
wine
days.
tasting. A little. And then we'll go to Sacramento. I've never been to
Oh,
Sacramento
wow.
before. Yeah.
Sacramento's a beautiful capital. Let me tell you. Have you been up there, right?
never
Oh,
been.
come on.
Yeah,
It's
I
right in our
gotta get down there.
state.
Yeah.
When we flip houses up there, we kind of, got to go up there. There's auctions up there. And man, if you look closely at the history, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So definitely take advantage of that, right?
Yes.
So here we are. Joel-Ruiz,
Yes, sir.
what's going on? Tell me something about yourself, man.
Oh, man. Where do I start?
Hey, we got a little bit of time. You got all kinds to do that, right?
All right. Well, started off in financial services, but if I want to go a little bit before that.
We do.
I grew up in East L.A.
Okay,
I'm a
right
product-
on.
Product of a single-parent child.
Nice, okay.
Had my struggles growing up, obviously, with whatever, dynamics that happen with
Oh, yeah.
being a single
Oh, yeah.
parent. But nevertheless, went to high school, college, came out of college, got into the banking industry.
Wow, the
And
banking industry.
So
Sweet.
I'm going to date myself here.
Okay.
I started with Security Pacific Bank. I
Oh,
don't know if
no.
you remember that, but not a lot of people know Security Pacific Bank.
Oh, how funny.
Which
That's
was a
great,
great
man.
bank.
It was my favorite.
Yeah. So I started out there as a teller, believe it or
No.
not. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So I was a bank teller. That's where I got my first exposure to financial services. And from there, Bank of America winded up taking them over. I transitioned over to California Federal Bank. That's another bank that's not around
Oh,
anymore.
my goodness.
Started in their loan servicing division. And from there, that's when I started to get my experience in real estate. And then from there, I became licensed, became a real estate agent.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
I was in that industry for about maybe 15 years.
Okay.
I saw the ups and downs of the 90s and the early 2000s. And at that point, I saw the writing on the wall with the 2008.
Did he say ups and downs?
So because I had seen the ups and downs throughout the 90s and stuff, I saw what was starting to happen and what was starting to brew. And I kind of called it at that point. I said,
You actually saw the movement?
I saw the trend, and I said, look,
Okay.
because in the 90s, there was a period of time that homes were upside down. and they were worth less than what people owed on them.
God, I wish I had money back then.
Right, exactly. Because, man, what opportunities, right?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of short sale activities, and a lot of people didn't even know what a short sale was in the 2000s because everything was booming. But I just saw that the trend that there's no way that these homes can keep going up at the rate that they're going up. And I just, because I had that experience from the 90s, I said, you know what, I think this is going to be a crash, and I think it's going to be even worse than what it was in the 90s. So it was at that point in time I decided to make a change in my career, and I decided to go into financial services on the insurance and retirement side.
Oh, very smart.
Yeah, and another thing that really made a big difference for me in making that decision was that in that industry, as you get paid, there's something called residuals, through renewals and residual.
So like an annual residual?
Correct.
Sweet.
Even monthly in certain situations.
What?
Yeah. So for me, the transition was very easy, the decision was easy for me to make because I had kind of got burned out at that point. And at that point in the 2006, 7, 8, right around that area in time, real estate was getting very shady. There was a lot of things happening. People were doing things that were not very ethical, and it just didn't sit well with me anymore. In fact,
do you think that was because they were looking at different money strategies?
I think it was just all about greed.
Greed?
Yeah,
Okay.
Agents wanted to,
Fair enough. Yeah.
These no income, no stated assets or none of that. It was,
Sign me up.
right? Exactly. It was just like, what you work where?
I would have got signed up, right?
So I just didn't like the feel of where real estate was going at that point in time, and I made a shift and I made a change, and that decision of that residual stream was very
attractive.
Exactly. I mean,
Man.
because and I'm not knocking real estate, and trust me,
No, real estate's good. Yeah.
But in that industry, as an agent or as a loan officer, you close a deal and then you're unemployed. You got to go after the next one.
So my friend has a statement. He says, "You're as good as your last sale."
Right.
Isn't that suck?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said, no, I'm better than that. So let's go out and get a whole bunch more of those.
Right. And continue the income.
And the insurance services was the key.
And that was for me. Yeah. So I made my transition at that point in time. Never looked back ever since.
Do you still have your real estate license?
I don't at this point. No.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you want to hang up in the corner.
Yeah.
And the what ifs, right? You never know.
Well,
I always tell people there's 8 slices to a pie.
Yeah.
2 slices are for you and one's for your family.
Right.
Fill up the other 6.
Yeah.
Keep your options open, right?
Yeah.
So
I may wind up getting it again. So.
Hey, why the hell not?
Yeah, absolutely.
You already know what's going on.
Yeah, this is true.
And you know what? Hey, who couldn't use an extra 10 grand?
Absolutely.
Right?
There.
You
Exactly.
can hang out like Steve and go on these fabulous vacations.
Exactly.
Superman, the lone originator right here.
Yeah.
He's got his cape and everything now. So he's flying around. So that's fantastic, man.
Yes.
That's just amazing. So you went to the real estate sector. You worked in the banking industry, so you got to learn all about money.
Exactly.
You got to see, basically, people are trends. We're trends by ourselves, right? And then you got into the aspect of money, and then you said, hey, I want to go a little deeper. So you got in the real estate end of things. Who didn't want to get into real estate back then? Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I think my mom tried. I
Even
don't
the
know.
pool man.
The pool man was a realtor, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I can do that for you.
Yeah. Everybody was getting involved at that point.
And then the insurance business. Now, let me tell you something. I got to hand it to people that are in the insurance business. A good friend of mine, Sergio, who you know, Steve, he's got like 5 state licenses now. He goes, I only need like 42 more or 46 more. He goes, I want to get the rest.
Right.
But it's not easy. That business is not easy.
Yeah,
So
it has challenges.
if you can think you can just be an insurance guy, I don't know, man. You may want to check that box in clarity because and each state is different.
Yeah, there are different restrictions and rules for each one.
Each state is different. So do you do all the states or?
No, I don't. I do have licenses in different certain states that I know.
You're very similar to what Sergio
Yeah,
does.
exactly. So like Texas, Arizona,
Okay.
Nevada,
So
California.
what kind of insurance is it?
It's primarily life insurance.
Oh, life insurance.
Exactly. Life and
Gosh.
retirement.
Life and retirement. Imagine that, Steve. The R word just came out.
Yep.
We're kind of getting to the R arena.
That's right. And
I officially turned 62. You're still 58, right, Steve?
I won't say my age.
Okay. I'll be 63 in January,
Okay.
and I can tell you this, that things start happening.
Yeah.
I didn't know that in the state of Georgia, once you become retirement age, that you don't have to pay property taxes anymore.
Really?
Look at his eyebrows go up, and he goes, I told you about Georgia, right? He goes, well, guess what? We're going to Georgia, honey. No property taxes whatsoever. And
That's
it's for
amazing.
the remaining part of your life.
That is amazing.
And if you gift the house to a sibling or a loved one or somebody in the family, of course, they got to start paying property taxes. But it doesn't mean you can't sell it to them for $1. So I'd pay property taxes on $1, right?
Heck yeah.
Or something of similar value. I don't know if it's $1. I think I'm talking out of my ears. But I heard something that it was very low, that you can offer it to them below value.
Wow.
And now they have cheap property taxes.
That is amazing.
What a gift, right?
Right, absolutely.
62 years old. In fact, when we went there to look at a bunch of properties, and we were purchasing properties right and left, it became very solid to me when we were dealing with the banks and stuff like that, and the people that were selling us the properties. They go, well, how old are you? And I says, I'm 35. And we're all laughing for a minute. And they go, did you know at year 62? She goes, you might be close. Pun intended. And then she goes, there are 0 property taxes you got to pay. They were encouraging, Georgia is one of those states that encourage people to come out.
Right.
I'm not kidding you, for business, and I'm talking about to live. So, they say Georgia is the peach state, right?
And I'm assuming that's owner occupancy, right?
Yeah.
Yes, owner occupancy. Yeah, right. But hey, I can tie somebody there on a chair, and I can hang out in California. We can do some swapping every once in a while, right?
What is that? What is the rule? 6 months, right? You got to be there 6 months.
Just 6 months, man. It's all good. I like that kind of stuff. But Georgia is one of the states of the 50 that actually have that. So that's why we kind of privy to Georgia. And of course, Monaco.
Yeah, you did mention.
We got to have a $10 million yacht and something else. I'll wait for you to get your yacht, Steve. Then we'll go hang out.
Just
and
invite me.
You'll be waiting a little while.
No, I don't know about that. This guy's crazy. Don't listen to everything he says. He's got all kinds of ideas right here, right? But the cool thing about Monaco is there is no income tax.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's the plus.
Yeah.
You just got to afford to go there to live there, and you're fine. That's where all the Formula One racers live.
Right. Makes sense.
You got a 21-year-old who just made $200 million.
Yeah.
You might as well buy a yacht and go hang out in Monaco, right? And don't pay any taxes.
I would.
Or you can be Jeff Bezos and figure out another business.
Absolutely.
But anyways, such is life. So the insurance business is good, right?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I just love how you just jumped into that. But you had to take your beatings first, right? You had to get all that knowledge.
Trust me, it was tough. I mean, the transition wasn't easy because it is completely different from real estate.
Then
But what I did do is I started kind of stockpiling, and I started saving a lot of my money because I knew once I got into the industry, I was going to have this learning curve, and I wasn't going to be making money. So at that point, I relied on my savings to get me through that learning curve to the point where now I was starting to generate income that was going to be sustainable.
We need to get this guy in on an education course for money saving, Steve.
Yes.
Because most Americans,
they don't
know how to save. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you saw the opportunity, and you had to make a decision, and you said, dang it, I know this is going to be rough. You had the discipline to do it.
Right.
And that's key.
Yeah, absolutely.
So can I hire you on the weekends to give out some financing classes?
Let's do it.
We'll have another segment.
No, and I'm not joking. So, yeah.
Yeah, it became reality.
Yeah.
Well, look at you today. You look dapper. You're in a nice suit. And
Thank you.
You got things happening, and you have the knowledge of all 3 industries.
Correct. Yeah.
Now we just got to get you into house flipping.
Yeah. Well,
right?
there you go.
You just join the group, man. Here we go, right?
I'm all
okay, all in, right? He goes to Vegas and he throws it all to the left. I love that, man. Great opportunities for you. Steve, tell me what's going on in your industry, man. I know there's a lot of things changing. The interest rate is, more promising in the future. Can you expound upon that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. And now there's a new administration going to be taking over. So
that's right, the presidency. I forgot about that.
There's going to be some changes, hopefully favorable for people who want to invest in real estate. But we're seeing a lot of activity. I mean, although rates are very volatile, volatile right now. They've been going up lately, even though the prime rate's going down.
Oh, okay.
The HELOCs, the rates are lower now, which
That's
is favorable.
the best way to do it, man. Am I right?
Yeah, for people who we recently did a loan for a lady, and we consolidated some debt. We provided her some cash for some home improvement, and she did that through a HELOC, and now she's got a potential loan that she can write off, where before she was doing things on her credit cards, doing home improvement.
On a credit card.
Right. So
Wow.
she amassed quite a bit of debt on the credit card.
On a credit card.
Which is not tax deductible. So now she's getting a much lower rate with the potential of writing off the interest. So, and then the loan was going to be a 30-year loan. So it was a win-win for her. And so a lot of it is in just educating people.
Education's everything, man.
There's so many great loan products out there. And, even though some people they don't do a loan with us, we still want to educate them, or they'll come to us for a second opinion to make sure they're doing the right thing. And we try and help them out as best we can.
The beauty about your company, Steve, is that you encourage people to come to you to ask questions.
That's right.
Right? And then through all those questions, you kind of just guide them down a couple of paths. And I love how this is orchestrated. And then you even have people that are in the 1031 exchange business.
Yes.
To take equity from house A that's being sold. They want to put it on their future property to do that properly, right? So they can save on the taxation there. And then you have, am I right to say you got people in the other investment type businesses?
Well,
people.
In fact, just, I work for Peak Finance, but we have different companies within the Peak family, and we have a foreclosure company that handles foreclosures for people. We have a 1031 exchange department. We have a commercial department which does only commercial real estate and commercial lending, and we have the residential side. We have our escrow division. So we've been growing quite a bit.
Unbelievable.
And we have many ways to help people.
It's like he's monopolizing.
I think the government needs to look into this guy.
I don't know.
Was your last name Bezos by chance, or Musk? I don't know, Steve. That cape kind of says many things now.
And we even have our own insurance company.
What?
Within
Stop
the Peak
it.
family. Yes.
What don't you have?
Is that on the P&C side? Property casualty?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
see?
Because for all the people that, they're selling homes, they're refinancing, they want to try and keep that portion of it in-house.
And this is Steve-Lazerson we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Right? So awesome, man. So you got all these other products. You see, Steve, this is why you're so interesting. If I have a question on anything, all I got to do is ask. And then you just put me in the right direction. Now I've got an insurance guy here that does personal insurance. Do you insure collectibles by chance?
No, it's more on the life side.
Shit.
So yeah. You can talk to Steve about the personal.
Do you do that, Steve?
No.
No. I can't win. One day I'm out of a fire. I'm just going to say, it's just stuff.
Yeah, that's on your property and casualty.
Right? A property.
Make sure you insure
right?
that. P&C. Make sure you insure that.
My general liability insurance, which I have with contractors and stuff, contractor licenses, because I'm a general contractor. And then, of course, it covers the building burns down, but nothing else.
Yeah, these are the contents. You got to make sure those are covered.
Got to make sure those are covered. So if I was getting into the insurance side of things, and we get older, and I wanted to apply for something, what is your best recommendation for, a guy like me that wants to leave a couple of bucks, maybe to the Fish Foundation?
Yeah. So there's different ways to look at it, right? So when you're looking at life insurance in the early part of your life, and as you're becoming a family, you're building your family career, it's for protection, income replacement. And as you get older, your need for insurance should diminish. Kids are getting older; they're now no longer relied on you, and they're independent. houses.
Supposedly out of the nest.
Supposedly, we know how that goes, right? And then, the home may be paid off, the major assets are taken care of, and so forth. Now, the shift will go towards leaving a legacy and final expenses. And another thing that's really important that most don't know about is now today with insurance, life insurance that is, it's evolved. So there's something called living benefits. And in my opinion,
What?
Living benefits, check this out, Chris. This, in my opinion, is probably more beneficial than the death benefit itself.
Oh, okay.
Traditional typical life insurance has a death benefit.
Yeah.
You pass away, somebody gets a big chunk of money, it goes to them tax-free, which is a huge benefit. Nothing wrong with that. But in addition to that, now there's something called living benefits. This covers you in the event if you have a heart attack, stroke, you get diagnosed with cancer, or if you cannot do 2 out of the 6 daily living activities.
Mine was shit, shower, and shave.
Part of that's in there.
Okay.
And these 6 activities are like, bathing yourself. You can't feed yourself. You can't go to the bathroom. You can't transfer.
Okay.
Then you can get an income from the death benefit.
Get out of here.
I'm not joking.
So hang on a second here. You just completely turned this life insurance thing upside down.
Correct.
So the industry now just doesn't worry about life. And, I told my kids and everybody else, when I go to Home Depot, get a Vermeer wood chipper and put me head first on high and just shoot me out in the roses, or get a hefty bag and put me somewhere nice, maybe out in Vegas or something,
Gotcha.
I can see the night starlights. But, back then we didn't have any choices.
Exactly.
You just died and in hopes that you did everything proper according to your contract.
Correct.
Or you were going to get nothing.
Right.
Right? So now the industry's shifted a little bit.
Correct.
And there's a life benefit to this.
Yeah, living
as
benefit.
we're still breathing.
Absolutely.
Hence not dead. Right?
Exactly.
So there is a positive side to life insurance now.
Correct. And see,
Should they change the name?
no.
They should, like life insurance. Well, it's kind of like that.
Is, right?
Hey, I'm alive.
You're still alive. You're trying to continue that quality of life. And
Quality of
what it
I
is.
dig that, man.
Right? So
what a
what's
great
really
flavor.
Nice about is this? How many times do we see situations like this, Chris, where somebody has a heart attack or a stroke, but they don't pass away as a result of that event?
They're sitting in a damn wheelchair now.
Right. Now their lifestyle's
So ridiculous.
compromised, and now they need somebody to take care of them. Now, when you have a $500,000 life insurance policy that only pays on a death benefit while you're still alive, so that benefit still stays there. and
Get
it
out of
doesn't
here.
happen.
Oh, my
But
God.
now, with living benefits, I'm allowed to tap into that $500,000
No way.
and get an income every month if I needed that for my long-term care kind of scenario, or if it's a stroke or a heart attack, then I could get a lump sum off of that. Let's say
The baby boomers are coming, right?
Exactly.
What a great thing to do.
Absolutely.
How does a guy like me qualify besides, having to, give you blood from when I was 30?
Well, underwriting is a whole different animal, but a lot of times right now the underwriting guidelines have loosened and they're a lot easier to qualify now.
What?
So what happens is they're mainly looking at your medical records and your prescription and your driving and all that, because they're looking at the whole picture.
Driving as well?
Driving as well,
Whoa.
because if you got a lot of speeding tickets,
Right,
wreck,
yeah.
you're a risk, right?
Speedy
DUIs,
Gonzalez, I don't
things like
know,
that. So
know.
DUIs are a big risk factor as well. So they look at that stuff, criminal
Well,
records.
rightfully
Yeah,
so.
absolutely,
Right?
absolutely.
I can't work for the Sinaloa cartel at night anymore.
No, that's not. You're gonna have to drop that gig. Sorry.
All right. But there's a genuine benefit for carrying on if you have one of those, little incidents, as we call them, right? Because as we say, life happens.
Exactly.
I mean, right? I mean, recently we were doing one of our flips in Riverside, and I was coming down the stairs and went bum, bum, bum on my little tailbone here. Well, I asked Google, how long is that going to hurt? It said 8 to 12 weeks. I'm just like, it's been on its 3rd week and it still hurts, but stuff happens when you least expect it.
Right. Exactly.
And I was just bringing a ladder down the stairs.
Right.
I think Ashley pushed me. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I'll give you another case in point. I'm working on a client right now as we speak.
Wow.
She gave me a call and she said, hey, she was concerned about making sure that her coverage was going to be in place because she got diagnosed with cancer. And
How old is she?
She was, or she is, rather, I shouldn't say was. She is 48.
kidding me?
Breast cancer.
Oh, Jesus.
Now,
Poor kid.
It was at the very beginning stages, so they're going to be able to
So they can,
surgically
yeah,
remove it.
nice.
But the point is this: she's going to be down. She's not going to be working for about 2 months. So we put in
Okay.
a claim, and now in the claim, it's in the process of getting approved. Hasn't been approved yet, but once it does get approved, she's going to walk away with about $19,000 in her bank account as a result of that situation.
So this new life insurance theory that's now actual, it's here.
It's not a theory.
Right? It's not a theory
reality.
anymore. Here it is. Thank God for these guys that dream up these things all the
Right,
time, man. That's
absolutely.
wonderful.
Yeah. So
She's going to be down, so she's going to make a little money while she's down, so she don't lose anything, and then she's going to get a little extra money to help her along the way.
right, and it just comes
That is
off
so
of,
cool, man.
It comes off her death benefit. Her death benefit was $250,000, I think, with the
So does the
administrative
benefit
cost.
reduce a little bit?
Right,
Which is cool.
absolutely.
Gosh,
Why not?
it's like having a savings account. Am I right?
Absolutely.
I like this, Steve.
It's actually in my.
When can you come to my?
To me, I look at it as an emergency fund.
It's an
because
I dig
is
that.
a situation where you don't expect something to happen.
What a great
It's an
term, emergency
boom,
fund.
And
Yeah.
hey, now you've got the funds available to
Get
you,
out of here.
tax free.
I love it, man.
Huge.
That is completely amazing. I have never heard of that.
Yeah.
God
Most
bless
people
you for
haven't.
what you do, man.
Yeah.
Now you have the best of both worlds.
Absolutely.
You can tell people, hey, listen, it's not only about when you go, what happens if something happens while you're here?
Right.
What a great scenario.
Yeah, it's kind of like an umbrella that covers everything because you're never going to be at a loss.
And then they can distribute that to beneficiaries if something happens. It can pay off a note or something. It just,
Chris, they write you the check. You do whatever you want with it.
Steve, I'll let you be my beneficiary. How about that? He's like, fine, just give me your stuff, right? Heritage auction, here we come. No, but you just indicate, can you indicate more than one? Or it's just,
as far as beneficiaries, like when
yeah,
you
yeah,
pass
yeah.
away?
Like me, my
Yeah,
dog,
absolutely.
my bird.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's fantastic,
You can even
man.
designate a trust to be your beneficiary.
A what?
A trust.
A living trust.
Yeah, a living trust.
Oh, get out of here.
So-
That's super cool.
Absolutely. So
Wow.
now the check goes into the trust, and then the trust will dictate how those funds are to be distributed, whether it be income, percentages, this,
You
you
see
know, so
the-
much for the cat, the dog, whatever.
Right? And here's the greatest thing about a trust, right? Is that a trust has interest. So if, you happen to go early and, it is what it is, you got a house paid off, you got things in this trust that make the insurance payments, they make the tax payments and stuff like that. But it's also gaining interest as it goes. That's the beauty of a trust, man. I always tell people, if you don't have a trust, now this is going to be something I'm going to talk about.
Imperative.
This is incredible. Do you mind if I put you on our website? It's called
Absolutely not.
Friends of QHI Inc.
No,
I got
by
you
all
up
means,
there,
please.
Steve, right? You saw me? You're up there. You're like one of the top guys. You got to have, the Cape guy over here.
And there's so many different
This is
strategies.
fantastic,
so
man.
many different strategies that you can utilize life insurance for that most people don't understand.
So let me give you one more scenario. If I knew a young couple, let me just tell you what I want to do as a strategy.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be nice for a contractor that is, does solar for families, and he puts $1,000 in this opportunity, and they're a young family, they just had a couple of kids. Could I send them to you so you can help develop their life insurance strategy?
Absolutely.
So it's good to get in young, right?
The younger, the better.
So you're not going to throw me out to the pasture and have a shotgun in your hand
No.
like a deer?
But let me ask you. Let me tell you why younger is better.
Okay.
Because the cost of the insurance side of things to insure you
Yep.
is based on age, obviously.
Is it really?
Absolutely.
So I'm like $100,000 a week.
Because
Steve.
they look at actuaries.
Oh, I see.
So obviously, the older you
Yeah.
are, the closer you are to
Totally,
the inevitable.
totally
rate,
unfair. You
Right,
know,
so-
oh, I think I'd be more valuable. Like one of these antiques on my wall.
Well, that is probably the case. But when
Okay.
it comes to actuaries and when they're underwriting, obviously somebody younger, they're healthier in most cases.
They're less
There's a-
trip
yeah,
on
yeah,
themselves. I
exactly.
get
So
it.
that cost is
Okay,
a lot
all
less
right,
to
all right.
insure. So- and then here's another side note, factual. Men pass away faster than women. So you could have same age, and it doesn't matter, same health, but the man will wind up having a higher cost.
I don't know if you guys do this. Do you guys talk to Google? Do you have one of those Google
Yeah,
homes?
yeah, I do.
Do you really?
I do.
So are you feeling me right now?
Yeah.
I asked that same question to Google, and he said exactly what you said, or she said exactly what you said. And I'm just like, how do you know this stuff?
Right.
You know, statistics.
Actuaries,
This-
statistical data.
Data from way back when.
Absolutely.
Of course, I didn't want to be around during the 1830s. I couldn't draw my gun fast enough, you know. I'd probably been gone when I was 20.
Right.
I think the life expectancy was 40
Right.
back then, right?
Yeah.
Now it's
Now it's in the 80s.
we're in the 80s. At least we doubled.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
got somewhat of a chance,
Yeah, absolutely.
right? So actuaries, and then it's proven that men go before women. What do you think that is?
You know,
Vegetables or
I joke around, but maybe I don't. And I just say they're just built stronger than us.
I mean, think about having a kid.
Right? I mean, look at what
You
they
got to
have
be
go
like
through.
a machine to.
Yeah, and then you know they have their menstrual thing, and that that's tough every month, and they got to go through that every month for years. And what do we got to do?
Right. I mean, I get a cut on my hand. I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Put a little stuff on it, and I'm
Out of
good to go,
respect for
right?
women.
You know what? Kudos to them because they go through a lot. They got to take
Absolutely.
care of our needs.
Yeah.
And you know, we're men. We don't really, you know, Venus, Mars, right?
Right.
You've heard the
Totally,
thing,
totally.
right? So we don't care about much, but they're more sensitive than we are. And then, you know, the common words that we say can really hurt the dynamics of the conversation. Right? I do that all the time. But you know, I'm still growing up and I'm going to be 63.
Right.
So that being said, women are one of the strongest components on this planet. I think there should be women managers. Come on, we almost had a president.
Yeah,
What the
of
hell's
course.
going on here, man? We couldn't get that done. But, you know, women are great in multiple positions.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, what is it? I mean, you know what it was? I think they were smarter in math and English than we were.
Yeah, well,
You know, we were the jocks, right? we were doing the baseball, basketball, wrestling, whatever. And they're sitting there pushing out A's in mathematics and in English and all this other stuff. And what's for dinner, Mom? I think I had trauma 2 or 3 times I played football.
and you stop and think about that. You look at all the things that women juggle. You know what I mean? And it's
man.
amazing, and they're able to do it with such. To me, it looks like
Finesse.
ease and finesse. Exactly.
They do,
Yeah,
here's
it's
the
like-
car payment. Let's finish the
Here's
house.
dinner. And,
Gotta-
you know,
Let me tell you
it's
something.
crazy,
You know,
crazy.
I definitely appreciate the mechanics of a female.
Yeah. No
They
doubt.
are the. I think AI's got nothing on them. You know, AI's got nothing on them.
Right.
And you know, they got robots in China now.
Yeah, I know.
So you know, one in the laundry room, one in the kitchen. You know, it is what it. I couldn't do it.
Right.
You know, I was maybe a second-rate dad, but you know, I was in the garage. I was the Home Depot guy. I was fixing stuff on the weekends, right? So let me tell you something, man. These plans that are now available to the public, and I like the term life insurance now.
Yeah.
Now you can spin that a different way and say, "Oh, whoa, wait a minute, Bob. That was death insurance back
Correct,
then."
correct.
And they didn't really call it that, did they?
No.
They called it life insurance. Now you can turn that around and say, "Oh, by the way, the new premise to what we do is based on you living,
Right.
and so much if you have a fall or a heart attack or something else, we have long-term care benefits. We have the, you know, like you just said, the young lady going to have breast surgery.
Right.
You know, and then she's going to get paid afterwards.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's nice, right?
My
Because
insurance company won't do that.
She's not going to be able to work, but now she's going to get income in a sense coming from this payout.
That is completely a
that'll
beautiful
bridge-
story, man.
bridge that gap
I
of income
dig
that she's
it.
going to have. Which
I
is
totally
amazing.
dig it.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. So this
And
is,
you're in that.
this is exactly what I
This
do.
is what you do.
Yeah.
So your job is actually cool.
I love my job.
Hell
and,
yeah.
And let me tell you something. The day it really, when I became convicted with this,
Yeah.
is when I had to pay a death claim. Because at that
So,
point,
so walk me through that experience.
so let me share this with you.
You have a friend. You've had to sign this guy up. So you became friends
Well, no.
originally. Oh,
This was a client. But
Okay.
I'm going to share the story with you because this is one of the story that changed my perception.
you
And
need
like I
some
said-
Kleenex?
No, I'm good. I'm
Okay,
good.
you're good? All right. All right.
So I met with a family. It was a husband and wife, and she wanted to get insurance for him and for herself. And we met, kitchen table scenario, explained the whole situation, and she was all for it. She says, well, okay, that's great. And the husband was more of the, like, the kind of.
He's on the fence.
He wasn't even on the fence. He was one of these machismos. No, we
Oh,
don't.
really?
Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need
really?
that. Yeah, he said, no, we don't need that.
Oh, terrible.
So I was just like, okay. And I could tell she really, really wanted it. And he said, no, we don't need it. We're good. She doesn't need it. We're good. And I'm not going to be the pushy person. I mean, obviously, I knew they needed it, but I wasn't going to say anything. I said, okay, well, here's my card. Here's my number. If you have a change of opinion, just give me a call and we'll take care of it. So the very next day, I get a phone call from the wife. And she says, I know my husband said no, but I still want to get it. I handle the bills anyway, so he doesn't even know what gets paid and what doesn't get paid. All right. So can we do this without him knowing? And I said, well, yeah, I mean, it's your life. He doesn't need to sign anything.
So it was for her.
Well, she went against his wishes and said, I still want to do it. If he doesn't want to get it, that's fine. He doesn't have to get it, but I still want to get it. And I said, okay, fine. She said, let's just do everything at my work. So I did everything at her lunch on work and whatever.
Get out of here.
So she gets it. She's paying it. She pays the bills for the household.
Why not?
Right,
She's the chief financial officer.
Exactly,
Hello.
Right. So, but here's the crazy thing. 2 years later, I get a phone call, and it's her son. And her son is...
Don't say it.
Her son tells me, are you Joel? And I go, yeah. And says, you know my mom, so and so. And I said, yeah, I know your mom. Yeah, everything okay? What's going on? And he says, no. She's just been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And,
what?
Yeah. And she doesn't have much time.
She sounds like a great spirit, man.
Right? And she told me about you, and she wants to make sure that when it happens, everything is, that you're prepared and ready to go. And I said, oh, my God, I'm so sorry.
That's a crazy call.
So check that out.
No.
She passes. We get everything all up and running. I get the check. And I go to deliver it at his house.
And Dad was there?
Dad was there.
Yeah, this is irony right here,
Right.
man.
So
oh
check
my
this
goodness.
out. He opens the door and he doesn't know why I'm there. He says, yeah, can I help you? And I said,
He goes, I still don't want insurance, right?
He didn't remember me.
Oh my goodness.
He didn't remember me.
Wow.
And so I refreshed his memory, and he says, okay, well, why are you here? And then the son comes in and he says, no, Dad, come here. He's got something for us. You know what I mean? And so I sit down on the kitchen table. And I told him, I reminded him about that scenario. I said, remember you said you didn't want it? Well, your wife did this behind your back, and we did it at school. So I'm here to present you a check. And the look on that guy's face.
How much was the check for?
$250,000.
250, and he's first and foremost, he's lost his best friend. Right. He's bummed out, right? And the kid is there. Right. He's to help the family, and then you surprise him at the door. Yeah. And was he like, I don't know, I don't want to say this, but eating a little crow?
Oh, big time. Yeah.
I mean, did you bring out the snow shovel?
No. So as I'm explaining to this and I'm giving him the check, he starts to tear up. Yeah. And he starts to cry. And he starts to realize the gravity of the situation. And I said, look, I know you said you didn't believe in it. I know you said you didn't need it, but she thought otherwise, and here you go. And he turned to tell me, and he says, in the back of my mind, I was wondering how I was going to afford the house. I was going to have to ask some of my children to come live with me. Now with this, I can actually pay off the house, and I have a little something left over. And I said, well, there you go.
Oh, my goodness.
And from this day forward, he's my biggest cheerleader.
He's
Anybody
your biggest,
he talks to, he says,
yeah,
so-and-so
right?
told me I got to talk to
Come
you.
on.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
That's an amazing story. And this is real.
This is real
This
life.
is nothing that was fabricated. This is real life events.
And let me tell you why it changed the way I looked at the way I looked at how I affect people in the business that I'm in, and how I became such a convicted individual.
You are. I can see it in your face,
because to that point, I was operating on faith. I was telling everybody, look, you got to do this. You have to do this, because if something happens, this is the result.
What if?
What if, right? But I had never actually gone through the process and say, here.
Oh, man.
So when that became reality to me, I understood at that point, look, I'm not operating on faith anymore. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen the impact.
Actual impacts that happen when you get involved.
Exactly.
And here's the funny part. The lady didn't even think about it was going to be her.
Right. But
She was really concentrating on the husband, the guy where they're mechanics, we're the dumb ones that walk in front of a bus and all this other stuff that just happens in life, right? Again, we're the first ones to kind of check out. She was more worried about him so she could have these abilities to pay off the house and support the kids, because he was probably a major breadwinner, right? Not knowing that all of a sudden life changed and it became her as the unfortunate party, and he became the beneficiary.
Exactly. And it was a dual income family. So he probably made a little more than her, but it was still significant.
But you know what I'm saying?
But that's, her.
Even if he made more, he was already telling you, I'm going to have to bring my kids in. What are we going to do?
Yeah, because she had a good chunk of income.
Yeah,
that was
she
coming
was
into
no
the house.
silly girl. She was probably making some big bucks. But how about that, Steve? She's doing it for the care of her family, to get hubby involved.
How old was she when she passed away?
She was in her mid to late 50s. I want to say 57.
Okay.
Right around there.
Still relatively young.
That's too young, man.
Yeah, very
Especially
young.
when they got a 95-year stretch. And you know what? People don't realize this, that breast cancer, and I tell this to everybody, I think I may get breast cancer one day because I got like a B cup now. Just kidding. No pun intended, but maybe. But you got to get checked out, man.
Yeah, totally.
I haven't seen a doctor since I was I think, born. Stuff like that. And recently I went to Kaiser and got checked out, and I'm good, right? I'm still good.
Awesome.
I'm just I'm being watched over, right? But the importance of getting checked out is so important, man.
For sure.
So, and she had no clue.
No.
This was on the horizon.
No. And when she did catch it, it was too late. She was stage 4.
Oh my, just 4.
4. Terminal. Yeah.
You can't recoup that.
Can't recover from that. It's just a matter of time.
Although it is a tragic story, it is a powerful story.
Huge.
And what you do, man, I'm going to celebrate you. I'm going to stick you at the top of the website. And I'm going to put you in all my email things that I do and stuff like that. I'm going to put a segment of what you do, man, because what you offer is absolute peace of mind.
Yeah, it is.
Am I right?
Yes.
For sure.
Steve's the loan guy, the peace of mind loan guy. You are the life insurance. Should we get him a cape? I don't know. Maybe the second episode.
Yeah.
He's the life arranger.
The life.
I like that. Awesome.
Got to get this guy a cape, Steve.
Yeah.
I mean, God bless you, man.
Well, thank you.
That's spectacular. And you went from the banking industry to the real estate stuff to everything else, and you finally said, "Holy crap, what am I getting into?"
Yeah.
And the sad part of that is that you had to hand the check.
Right.
Was it emotional getting out of your car?
Oh, absolutely. It was the first time I've ever done something like that.
You're driving to her address.
Yeah.
And you got this check, and I mean, it feels good, but at the same time, you got to it's like delivering the flag.
Yeah.
Right? You got to deliver that to the husband. Yeah. You're a superhero, dude.
But, at the end, when you see the impact, the reaction, and the relief.
What did you see his face?
Oh, yeah.
He was like, thank you, Mom.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
And, he's telling me, thank you so much. I go, no, you don't need to thank me. Thank your wife. She's the one who thought. She's the one that went behind your back. She's the one that pressed the issue. So,
the great thing is, Joel, is you gave them education. Mm-hmm. You told them about a product which everybody should have. Mm-hmm. Anybody that's breathing in the United States, you can't go out of the U.S., right?
No.
Okay, so sorry, Haiti and everything else. But anyways, the United States of America, if they don't have a policy, and it's a very small amount. Yeah. I think a long time ago it was about mortgage protection. Am I right?
Right. That was a big sell.
The 30-year loan and mom and dad's doing their thing, and what if, right? Mm-hmm. Happened a lot. Mm-hmm. But now it's no longer mortgage protection, it's family protection.
Absolutely.
It offers a new flavor to the industry.
Sure.
And life insurance now really has its destiny. It's life insurance.
Truly is life.
It truly is life insurance, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You are
protecting the quality of life.
Oh my God, you are a superhero in my book.
Thank you.
Can I get your picture and stick it up on? Will you sign one of them for me?
I'll sign for you.
That is
Now,
spectacular, bud.
And here's another thing I want to share with you, and I think it would really resonate with your community that you do the podcast for.
Yep.
There are permanent plans and there's term plans, and the difference between the term and the permanent is term it will expire at a certain amount of years.
Okay.
All right, they're more affordable because they will expire. The insurance company is banking that you're going to outlive the policy.
Oh,
right?
I see.
So those terms can range from anywhere from 10 to 30 years. So
Okay,
you kind of
not
pick in
bad.
between. So the
Yeah.
longer the term, the more you pay, but that's rightfully so.
Yep.
But then there's permanent plans. Permanent plans are designed to last your whole life.
Get out of
So
here.
eventually, somebody's going to write a check.
So is it cheaper to do a permanent plan?
No, it's more expensive because it is permanent.
Oh, yeah, because
Because
somebody's going to write the check eventually, right?
You're not going to outlive it because it's for your life. But the point I want to make is that there are plans that are called IULs, which stands for Index Universal Life Insurance Plans.
Index Universal Life, IUL.
Right, IUL. And these plans have permanent policies in place, but there's a savings account attached to the policy.
What?
So exactly. So what's happening
my
is
goodness, man.
you're able to put your money in, and
It's getting better all the time.
Yeah, this is an amazing.
That's getting
strategy.
better all the time.
So what happens is, as you put money in, part of your premium is going towards a savings account that grows with interest, and this interest will accumulate through time, and then now you could utilize that savings account like any savings account and pull money out and use it for whatever you want to use it for.
So
And the strategy that we use to pull it out, you can pull it out on a tax-free basis on the interest.
impossible.
See, he stopped.
What?
He's
Are you
like,
kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. There's ways.
This
of doing
has a value, and it's, you said tax-free?
the way we structure the withdrawal of that money. It can be done on a tax-free basis.
A tax-free basis.
Tax-free basis.
How do you do that?
Yeah, it's through a loan provision. So what you do is you borrow against your own money.
Oh my goodness!
So check
You
this
are
out.
beyond a bank, man. You guys are
check
freaking
this out.
amazing.
And this is what's really powerful.
Okay.
All right. Let's say you have $100,000 in this account, and
Okay.
I see people do this.
Okay.
Right? And I've done it for individuals, business owners, flippers, real estate individuals, things like that. They have money just sitting there, but they need it liquid. Now you can yank money out. So I'm going to give you just a real brief example. Let's say you have a house.
Yep.
And you're flipping it, and you need $50,000 for repairs.
Gotcha.
You have $100,000 in your IUL policy. You can yank out $50,000, utilize it for the repairs, all right, and then turn around and pay it back. So you're borrowing against your policy, all right. But what's nice about it is that the policy value does not diminish by $50,000. So now your policy value still remains at $100,000, and it's growing with interest at $100,000. And you're just using that $50,000 as
So it's
collateral.
a bridge loan
Exactly.
in a way. Am I right,
In
Steve?
a way, you could look at it that way. Yeah.
Get out of here.
So the insurance company is you're basically taking their money, and they're just putting a collateral assignment, a hold on that $50,000 on your cash value in case you don't pay it back. But the whole $100,000 still stays, and it is still growing. So imagine now you're utilizing your money, you're flipping, you're making money off of.
You said the F word 3 times now.
Yeah,
Here we
yeah.
go. So when do I have to pay it back? Is there like a 90-day thing or 60
That's
or
the
something like
beautiful
that?
thing. You set the term. There's no term.
Oh my
You
goodness.
can pay it back in 1 day. You could pay it back in 10 days. You can pay it back in 10 years, or not pay it back at all. Either way.
Who are you?
What am I again? What name did you give me?
The insurance aider or something.
No, the
like-
life arranger.
Life arranger.
Yeah, that's who I am.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
And it still remains the 100% of the value that's in there.
Absolutely.
And it says this is the Index Universal Life Insurance that is a part of this overall insurance.
Yeah. So
Am I right?
Yeah. Look at all the benefits that we had talked about with the life insurance.
That's a killer umbrella.
And then attaching a savings
Get outta
account to
here.
it. Yeah, absolutely. So this is something that is utilized by business owners and a lot of individuals.
Smart people, man.
And look at the tax ramifications. Let's say you let you borrow from the policy.
So instead of paying taxes on $100,000, I can just give it to you before the end of the year. Hint, hint. And then put that in there, and I don't have to. It went to a good thing.
Right, and then if you need it, you could get it. It's accessible to you.
I've completely been re-educated.
And there's very strategic ways where you can take that money. You can borrow it, lend it to your business entity. At that point, the business entity pays back the loan.
Oh no!
You write off the loan interest
I
payments
love
the
it,
business
man.
is paying.
Oh no!
There's different.
So if my
ways to-
business has extra money and I don't want to put taxes on it, hint everybody, you stick it in this
Well,
IUL.
No.
Can I give it to you in a brown paper bag? Come on, help me out here. I need help.
Yeah.
All right.
And this is, again, we have to look at the situation and make sure that we design it correctly.
So
But-
I'm my own employee. I'm the chief and financial bottle washer, whatever they want to call me, right? So instead of, at the end of the year, I have an S Corp, everybody and their mother's doing this.
Yeah.
So I want to drive that down.
Yeah, you float
What if my company wants me to have a life insurance policy?
Yeah.
Chris is such a good employee.
Yeah.
The only one, of course.
Yeah.
And they want to give me a Christmas gift.
Sure.
So my company can buy that for me.
Yeah.
Right? And in the IUL purpose, and then Chris, the flipper, can go in there and pull out 50 to ARV a house, and then pay it back when I'm done.
Correct.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
God bless America.
You could structure it as an executive bonus from the from the company.
Man, who are you? I have to ask that question again, man.
The life arranger.
The life
So I mean, there's just a lot of different ways that you can structure these plans.
Hey, man, we're gonna talk. I have a few of my my financial friends need to talk to you about. So you know what? Does he go to the IE whatever?
Not yet.
Steve. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you don't tell him, then I'm gonna have to let the beans out. But there are other ways. First and foremost, that's where I'm headed.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you and I are gonna have a talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number
For
one.
sure.
Number two, I have other friends that need you right now.
Okay.
So you're going to have to talk to them.
Sure.
We're going to set up a strategy.
Absolutely.
So you're not going to take me out to the field and shoot me with a shotgun. As long as that's not part of the policy, I'm good.
No. You're worth a lot more alive than that.
That ain't what my kids said. But I'm just kidding. It's pun intended,
Yeah.
I had to give a house away, but life moves on, right?
But you had a house to give
Okay,
away.
I had a house to give away. Exactly. There you
that's
go.
better than some.
Okay. All right. But I want to definitely talk about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need to do it. My blood's good.
Yeah.
They can't take blood anymore because the spider web's right there.
Well,
but-
see, then this is the best time to do it. Then.
Okay. You are a godsend.
Well, thank you.
I am so happy you had to go through these bumps
Yeah.
because, people they talk a lot, right? Oh, I regret doing this. No, stop it. Wait a minute. Everything happened for a reason.
Sure.
Am I right?
Yeah, I believe that.
Everything happened for a reason. Even though you got kicked off your skateboard and your best friend gave you a bloody nose, all that stuff needed to happen to put you where you are today.
Correct.
So don't look at all these little things in life as errors. Oh, I failed. No, you didn't. You were living your life in the right direction, and now you finally realized what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Did I resonate anywhere there?
Hit it right on the nail.
Right on the nail, right?
on the
And you're an attest to that.
Absolutely.
Okay,
100%.
so this is life at its best.
Right. Appreciate the fruits of all that labor I did.
Right?
And all the
fruits of the labor. Hello.
setbacks. Yeah, everything.
Hint. Right? So you are the epitome of success.
Thank you.
You are, when it says success on Wikipedia, next time you look at Wikipedia, it's going to say joel-ruiz as comma, steve-lazerson, comma, and everything you guys do. You know what I like about you guys is you guys are not selfish people.
No, not at all.
You guys don't give a flip about anything else, but how can I help you?
Right.
God should have duplicated you guys over and over and over and over.
I'm.
You know what I'm saying?
My philosophy is, and I'm sure you agree with me too, Steve. You do things out of the kindness of your heart without anything in return.
You don't ask for the change.
Exactly. And someone's keeping count upstairs, and I truly believe that, and it'll come back tenfold.
Yeah, this is why they're out there and we listen to these things because they remind us there is good out there.
Yeah.
and you
for sure.
represent the good side of that.
Yes. Thank you.
So thank you for doing what you do, and may you have many years of success. And
Yes.
when people re-up, you get a little thank you as well.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, as the lady's husband will explain to anybody else
Right.
and his son.
Right.
What a great story,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. And that changed my whole
Your whole
life
outlook.
and outlook on this business.
You're
Absolutely.
married, have kids?
Married with one child.
What does she say?
She works with me.
Oh, love this,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Hello.
And
Did she get you into it? You got her into it.
we've been working together for 25 years now.
Oh my goodness.
And we're married for 18. And we were in the real estate business together.
No
And
way.
Collectively, we were looking at where the business was going. And I said, babe, we've got to make a move here. And I think this is the move we should go with. And we both agreed.
Just out of the leap of faith,
and we just went in.
you grabbed hands and
Right.
you jumped in.
Exactly. Grabbed
Oh,
her hand.
Steve.
And we just jumped into the deep side. And we floated as much as we could until we learned how to swim. And here we are. And we've never looked back. And, she is probably a bigger part of my success than I am on my own. That's for sure.
I love you giving her props like that
Yeah.
because women are resilient,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
right? And God bless her.
Oh, absolutely.
She is she your rock of Gibraltar?
Yeah, absolutely. She's the backbone of our operation.
She's the backbone here. See,
Yeah, because
there is good out there. I'm
see,
telling you.
and here's the biggest difference. She can do what I can do, which is good at communicating and sitting down with people and everything.
Okay.
But she also handles the administrative side of things.
Really?
Because once we sit with a client and we take an application,
You got to do some
we
paperwork.
got to do paperwork, we got to go through underwriting, we got to do all that stuff. I'm not good at that stuff, and she's a master at it. So at the end of the day, she could do both our jobs, and I can only do one. I'm sure I could probably do it, but I'm definitely not.
That's a good thing to say, man.
I know I'm definitely
She
not.
cooks
as
your
good.
food. You better be careful.
Yeah, that too. So imagine throwing that on top of it, and she's with my son too.
She is the chief bottle washer, administrator,
Yeah.
CFO.
Backbone.
She's your backbone. I dig that. Never heard that before like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without the backbone, nothing works.
You take your spine out. How
Yeah,
good are you?
Yeah.
You're
I'm
moving
an
much.
amoeba.
Exactly. You're not going to go very far.
What's
I
your
think there's
wife's
going to be
name?
a special
Hello?
candlelit dinner for him when he gets
Yeah,
home. tonight.
right. She's got the flat thing going out and going to hit those. You know what? Maybe you should bring your wife in one of these times.
Absolutely.
I think she's probably just as energetic as you.
She's a little more of an introvert, but
Really?
yeah.
Oh, well, you're bringing that out of her. You're kind of
Yeah,
bringing her out
absolutely.
of the.
But I'll get her down.
But behind the scenes, she's
she's
on
a rock
fire.
Star. She's a rock star.
She's on fire. Steve, that's crazy,
for
man.
sure.
IUL
I do well.
and
Amazing
life
product.
life insurance now.
Life insurance, yeah.
You take life to a whole new level.
Absolutely. Yeah. And again, there's different other, and we could talk about other things.
No,
maybe
yeah,
on a
yeah,
later
yeah,
podcast,
yeah.
but-
I mean, this
But
is
there's other
insane.
strategies that encompass that, and we can.
Well, what you just said at the end of the segment is everything I want to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. And again, like I said, there's different ways to structure those things.
And you can send it to a trust,
Yeah. Like I said,
the Steve
So many different
Lazerson
ways.
Trust
so many different ways.
from
we can build it.
Monaco, right?
The Monaco.
The island of Monaco.
The Monaco Trust.
I did go to Monaco.
Did you really?
It's very nice
Is
over there.
it really as nice as everybody says?
Oh, yeah.
The blue seas
It's
and
beautiful,
the
yeah.
colorful houses.
You can walk in the park at 2 a.m.
What?
You don't have to worry about anything.
mugged?
Nice.
Oh no, it's one of the safest places you can ever go to, and you're going down the street. First a Ferrari drives by, then a Lamborghini.
Yeah,
then a
Formula One
Rolls
car.
Royce, and it's,
They're all high-end vehicles.
yeah, it's very nice.
So I can't bring my Honda.
well,
no,
you could,
could,
but it wouldn't fit into well.
I wouldn't fit in too well.
You would stand out.
I like standing out. Can you tell? Oh my goodness, man, Monaco. I may give it to you, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know.
Okay.
And my kite. You want the big kite?
Yeah, that's a nice
Definitely a kite, right?
I got to check.
You
got
got to see the kite.
Yeah, I gotta
Just
see
go
the
to
kite.
my website /go fly a kite,
All right.
and you'll see the rest.
All right.
But Joel, let me tell you something, man.
Yes.
I am honored to be your friend.
All right. Thank you.
You are a spectacular human being
you.
that has taken diversity. You and your wife, holding hands,
Right.
have changed the course of your life
Right.
to diversify into other segments that are kind of related.
Sure.
And then you have your overall benefit is this business model not only offers a life value, but it has very intrinsical values that connect to it, that for long-term care, like you're talking about, for the house flipper, stuff like that. And you have strategies, man.
Yeah.
You're just not some, it's $59.95 a month.
Right. Yeah.
Anybody can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
No,
circus clown can do that.
we take it to a different level. And
you explain it.
And yeah, exactly. And we
That's beautiful,
we
man.
explain it to
yeah.
individuals on a basic level where they can understand it.
I love you guys.
And more importantly, we're trying to educate people on accumulating tax-free assets.
Hello.
That is huge because
Right?
at the end of the day,
Tax-free.
Tax-free
Did
assets.
everybody hear that? Tax-free.
assets, correct?
And so it doesn't matter if it's 100,000 or it's a $500,000.
It doesn't matter.
The same principle applies.
Exactly.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So at the end of the day, we don't care what you start with. Just get started, and we'll build
Just
from
get
there.
started. Oh,
And we
you got to
build from
wear. You
there.
got to get a shirt. Just get started.
Yeah. Exactly.
joel-ruiz.
Yeah.
Phone number.
There
I
you
can
go.
see.
I like that. I'm gonna start printing shirts.
I love it.
the
Just
marketing.
get started. Ask me how.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So if
And
you
the-
become a trillionaire, just remember I like Monaco.
All right.
All right.
We'll
All
be
right.
there.
Front row tickets.
There you
See
go.
Formula One, baby.
Formula One. That's
You're
it.
right.
Oh,
that's
man,
where
I
they
would
all
love
go.
I would love
you
to
ever
see
seen that? You ever seen all those boats start pulling up?
Yeah.
These are like liners and just like Queen of whatever.
Right.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd pull up in a tugboat.
Yeah, that's a whole different level, right?
I got in my shorts. That's a whole different level.
Yep.
Hey, Steve, man, one after another, man. You just keep bringing these amazing people to the show, and I'm telling you, everyone you brought to this show has value, centrifugal value, not just in what they do, as being human beings. And I really like you
Thank you.
a lot.
Yeah.
We don't know each other, do we?
No.
We do now.
We do now. We'll continue to build on
Just
this
get
relationship.
started, remember?
Yeah, I like
Get
that.
started.
Just get started.
I'm going to do some things that are going to benefit you and your wife, your family, and our customers in the future.
Beautiful.
And I'm
I
going to
look
stick
forward
you
to
as friends of QHI. I'm going to put you on the website. You're
Awesome.
okay with that,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
So I'm going to hand you
100%.
my card. You're going to send me some stuff.
yeah, for
and
sure.
you're going up there and
Okay.
whatever you want to put a video, let's put a video.
Yeah, all right.
We'll get
work
down
on
and
that.
dirty.
Yeah.
Steve,
Yes, sir.
I mean, yeah. Where's the cape?
It's at home right
Oh,
now.
I'm not. Come on, I got a hook right there. Look,
Yeah, I know.
that hook is right there. That's the Steve Hook cape right there, right?
I'll wear it next time.
Amazing, man. You're doing some great things, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
And the
Appreciate
interest
that.
rates are kind of gonna
Yeah.
play a game pretty soon,
Yeah.
maybe at the end of the year.
But there'll be opportunities for
2025 is here, buddy.
Yeah, there'll be opportunities. People who have gotten loans, in the last year or two, down the road, they'll be able to refinance and
They'll
save
be
a
able
lot
to
of money.
refinance
That's awesome.
and save
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
Spectacular.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people doing deals right now, believe it or not.
And you do nationwide loans. Or
no,
just California?
We do we do Georgia.
Oh,
we
he
do
said the
Nevada,
G word.
G word.
He said the G word.
Florida, California, and then there's certain types of loans that we can do in about 23 different states. So, but
Loving that, man.
Yeah, it keeps us busy.
Keeps you busy?
Yeah.
I love it, buddy. You got a lot of great products, and I can't wait to exploit those next year.
Yeah, well, we've got a lot of good people in our office.
Yeah, you
do. The customers don't see them, but they're back there. They're supporting us.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes,
And
exactly.
That's why I work where I work, and we get the deals done. That's the main thing, and we help people out. People sometimes are in precarious situations, or they've been turned down elsewhere, and they come to us, and it's all solutions based.
So let me say this. You're a problem solver.
That's what we like to call ourselves. Yes.
I can see the other shirt, the
Yeah.
problem solver.
Yeah, there you go.
Call now.
Yes.
What's your problem? You got a solution.
We got answers, right?
That's right.
Awesome, Steve. Steve-Lazerson of Peak Finance Company. You're the best. How do they get a hold of you, Steve, if they want to make a call or ask what you got
best
going
way, go to our my website, which is financialbrokers.net. That's financialbrokers, brokers is plural, .net. And
What's your phone number, Steve?
It's 562-818-3502. That's 562-818-3502. And go to our website. It'll have a list of all our licenses, disclosures,
nice.
everything.
Very
and
rare.
A lot of the different products that we offer. And just give us a call anytime. And even for a second opinion, if you've been looking to get a loan with somebody else, and see if we can help out.
I love it, man. Always a pleasure to have you hanging out.
Thank you, Chris.
You're the best.
I appreciate it.
And Joel-Ruiz.
Yes, sir.
Joel-Ruiz is Legacy Full Circle Financial.
That is correct.
You are my new best friend.
All right.
We're gonna have a blast, man. There's a lot of things
Looking forward
that
to it.
you're gonna bring to friends and family and customers of ours, and we want to give them an extra edge on life,
Absolutely.
not just hanging out waiting to go.
There
right?
you go.
I don't like that, man.
Yeah.
So if somebody needs to get a hold of you,
Yes.
how do they do that?
Yeah, the best way is my cell phone. That's 626-826-6622.
Just give you a call.
Just give me a call. You could go to our website too, legacyfullcircle.com.
Okay.
Legacyfullcircle.com, all the way through. No spaces or no dashes. But the best way to get in touch with me is my phone.
You want to give a shout out to your wife?
Oh, absolutely.
What's her name?
Her name is Susan.
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 The backbone.
The backbone.
The backbone. That's a great. That's like a comic book. Susan the backbone. You know, she's amazing.
No.
Does she have four
Shut up,
arms?
babe. Yes. No. I would think she does though. And let me tell you, man. Talk about work ethic. I mean, I'll wake up around 7 in the morning, and I already hear her going.
Get out of here!
Going because she's up at 6.
Was she born in January?
No, she was born in May.
Okay, yeah. I'm an Aquarian, so I'm always doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I can't turn it off. What is that?
Yeah.
Hypertension, maybe?
Something.
I
Yeah.
don't know. You know, when it's midnight, I start looking for my cape.
Right.
I got to put my helmet on and
You
go
put
out
on
there.
your-
My vigilante outfit, right?
Yeah,
Exactly,
absolutely.
man. Hey, I can't thank you guys enough. Thanks for hanging out
thank you
with
for
me on
having
the
us.
Energy Hour podcast. This is episode number 76.
All right.
Congratulations, you made it. And we are all here to help each other out. Look for the postings that we're going to be putting on our website. I'm going to give you a card.
Yep.
Give it to me. I'm going to spread the word.
Beautiful.
Steve, every time I think finance, you're the first guy.
Thank you, Chris.
You know, what do you want to do? Of course you know his name. His name's Steve-lazerson. Hello. You know, there's no questions. So if your ears are ringing, that's your brother over here talking, buddy.
There you go.
All right.
All right. Thank you, man,
No,
for
you're
what
very
you
welcome.
do.
You're very
Wow.
welcome, Chris.
You are amazing.
It's a pleasure being here.
amazing. Pleasure is mine, man.
right.
You are dynamic. Thank you for hanging out with us. And we'll see you guys on the next show. Thanks for listening to the Energy Hour podcast. I'm Christopher Moss, your host. Take care. See you soon.
This has been the Energy Hour Podcast. If it's home improvements, real estate, house flipping, or just life in general, we're talking about it. It's our passion. And between Christopher, Robert, and Steven, they're your secret sauce to get you to the next level and beyond. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hit the website at QHIinc.com/TEO. And we'll catch you next time on the Energy Hour Podcast.
Capture the joyful magic of the holiday season with Virtual Santa. Virtual Santa is a high-definition projection effect that walks, waves, laughs, eats cookies, and puts presents under the tree. From outside, it's so real, you swear Santa's in your house. Virtual Santa, originally seen on ABC's The Great Christmas Light Fight. You can choose from traditional Virtual Santa or new African American Santa. Holiday effects include Virtual Santa, Mrs. Claus, Santa's Workshop with Christmas elves, and so much more. Buy one effect or a bundle. Available in HD DVD, digital download, or USB flash drive. Also available in LED projection bundles. For a winning Christmas display that will delight your neighbors young and old, visit us at virtualsanta.com and become known as the house where Santa lives. Virtual Santa, where holiday spirit begins.
Welcome to Drone 9. Located in Upland, California, Drone 9 specializes in drone cinematography for the following industries that are looking for that perfect shot or video: construction, infrastructure, and project management. Sell better: residential and commercial real estate. Construction survey: see what you haven't seen before. Events and weddings: get that perfect shot when it matters most. Tourism, resort, golf, attraction, destination marketing. For more information, visit them on the internet at drone9.net. That's DRONE9.net. Drone9.net. Great cinematography.
Welcome to the House Flipping Academy. Learn how to flip houses from start to finish. Tired of being broke working for someone else? If so, then the House Flipping Academy was made for you. Learn more at cmycinc.com. The House Flipping Academy. Your future is just one house flip away.
Ho, ho, ho. Welcome to Holiday Projection, your ultimate online destination for all things Christmas.
And Halloween. Whether you're looking for LED projector bundles, digital downloads, USB flash drives, or spine-chilling Halloween sound effects, we've got you covered.
Our one-stop shop brings together the magic of Christmas
And the thrill of Halloween.
so you can easily find your favorite holiday effects in one place.
Don't wait. Start shopping now.
Visit us online at holidayprojection.com. Ho, 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 ho.